Now, the president's trying to step up. He's trying to do his fair share. After the sequester was announced, he said he's going to stop the White House tours for school children. But meanwhile, within a few days, the president finds an extra $250 million to send to Egypt.
You heard that right, $250 million in aid to Egypt, along with a few F-16s and Abrams tanks, to a country that's under the control of the Muslim Brotherhood, whose own president has made anti-American statements. With me is terrorism analyst Erick Stakelbeck from D.C. and Middle East expert and Fox News contributor Lisa Daftari. Welcome to both of you. Erick, I'm going to go to you first. Why are we sending them money? What do we get from them?
Well, look, Judge, this is basically a case of extortion. The Egyptians are basically extorting this money out of us. They're saying, look, if you don't give us the money, the peace treaty with Israel is out the window. But, Judge, no matter what, no matter how much money we give them, no matter how much high-tech weaponry, that peace treaty with Israel is going to be broken. It's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when. This is who the Muslim Brotherhood is.
But Erick, hasn't the new president been derelict in not even recognizing the Camp David Accord? I mean, he has not even recognized it, has he, Lisa?
No, not only has he not recognized it, he's cozying up to Ahmadinejad, who visited Egypt recently. I don't know, the media could have paid more attention to that trip. That was very important. Everything's changing. What we basically started giving them the aid in '78 in order for them to be the peacekeepers in the region, in order for them to be a moderate voice in the Middle East. Everything's changing, and so should our views on the situation. We need to call the shots. We can't have them calling the shots when we're writing the checks and they're just cashing them.
Yeah, but Erick, you know what? I still don't understand it. You both agree, we all agree. You say we don't want to be extorted? I mean, what are they going to do to us? They're already...
They can't do it.
Go ahead.
Right. If we use the full might of American power, which we used to before this administration, Judge, they can't do anything to us. But look, the Muslim Brotherhood, this is who they are. The Obama administration is convinced, Judge, that the Muslim Brotherhood is a moderating force in the Middle East. They're a counterweight to the really bad guys in al-Qaeda. But I'm here to tell you, the Muslim Brotherhood, for 85 years, Judge, since they were founded, have been all about taking on the West, wiping every Jew off the map, and reestablishing that global caliphate. Just because they're in power now, they're not going to magically moderate. Hamas didn't moderate when they came to power, neither did the Taliban, and neither will the Brotherhood.
And you know what's interesting, and of course President Obama is, I believe, has just landed from his trip in Jordan with King Abdullah. Abdullah is the one who said, quote, "The Muslim Brotherhood is run by wolves in sheep's clothing." And do you agree with that? I mean, the Arab world is telling us this, Lisa.
It's absolutely true, but here's the secret. They're here to stay. We knew, every analyst predicted that when we asked Mubarak to step down, who's going to take over? It's going to be the Muslim Brotherhood. But we need them too. We can't just cut the cord. We can't cut aid. And we need them. They helped us in 9/11. They helped us in intelligence. And we need them. We need to have some sort of influence in the region. So what needs to happen is that we need to redirect and repurpose the money that's going. We need to go there, find the secular elements within society. And you know what? The silver lining to the Arab Spring, whether it be in Egypt or Libya or what's going on in the bloody civil war in Syria, is that there are secular elements in society, or they wouldn't be out on the streets. Now, it's very unfortunate that the political vacuum was filled by the Muslim Brotherhood, right. But we need to find those secular elements, and we need to still maintain our hand in there.
You know what, Erick? Lisa makes a great point. I mean, you know, maybe it is an opportunity for us to get in there and make friends. But, you know, when you look at what's been going on and not even having access to these guys that we believe are responsible for Benghazi, it's kind of crazy.
Yeah, Judge, Lisa made the key point. The vacuum, the power vacuum with this so-called Arab Spring has been filled by radical Islamists. And, Judge, it's going to happen time and time again in all of these countries. I'd love to find the Arab Thomas Jeffersons out there, and there are secular, democratic-minded Arabs, but they get drowned out and bullied out of the way every time by the Islamists, who are the most ruthless. And that's the key point in the Middle East. The Islamists are the most ruthless, and they'll win out every time.
And you know what's interesting, you know, speaking of enemies, many of the ones in Gitmo, whose own countries won't take them back, by the way, are now going to have like a new upgrade. They say there's about $195 million to upgrade Gitmo, to make it a little more enemy friendly. I mean, what's going on with us?
Right, we definitely need to recheck the list and see where all this money is going. I mean, President Obama and John Kerry, they're promising money left and right. Again, throwing good money after or bad, but we need to be writing the checks, but we have to pay more attention to where it's going and have more of a control over where it's going.
And you know what? Final question to you, Eric. Rand Paul tried to, I believe, had a resolution that, that we limit the money to Egypt, and of course it didn't pass. I mean, do the people in Congress, don't they think that they can leverage at least some information about Benghazi from some of these countries? I mean, how tough is that?
It's not that tough, Judge, but apparently, as you discussed in the last segment, we can't even bring the people behind Benghazi to justice. This administration wants to evacuate the Middle East. They want to leave it behind. They're reshifting their focus now, Judge, to the Pacific theater. They're emptying the Middle East, and they're willingly handing it over to the Islamists. Willingly, this administration is doing that. They are aiding and abetting the rise of the Muslim Brotherhood throughout the region.
Gary, all right, last word very quickly.
The bottom line to everyone in the Middle East should be, if you want to hate us, you can hate us for free. We don't need to pay to do it.
All right, Lisa and Eric, thanks so much for being with us this evening.
Thank you, Judge.
All right.